Hi everyone, it's Laura here. I'm coming at you on a rainy day from Port Stanley, Ontario. I have my sidekick over here on my shoulder, Penelope. I wanted to come on here today and talk about beliefs. Beliefs matter. And here's what I mean when I say beliefs. The thoughts that we think over and over and over again that become our reality. And I'm going to do a little exercise with you guys that I did with Tony Robbins, and I was reminded of it recently, and so I wanted to share it. So I want you to just look around the room and notice everything that is brown. Just begin to notice, see all of the brown things. Now close your eyes and tell me everything that is purple. You can open your eyes. Were you able to remember seeing anything that was purple? Okay, we're gonna try this again. Okay, so look around the room, look for anything that is purple. And now you're noticing all of the things that are purple. And we're just gonna talk a minute about this. So probably when you were beginning to notice the things that were brown, you might have even coupled in things that are taupe or wood that's more of a blonde color as brown. And when you close your eyes, because I had just asked you to focus on the things that were brown, it was likely incredibly challenging to remember anything that may have been purple. And the reason this is because our brain looks for what we are focused on. And it will even stretch what is considered to be that thing in order to solidify the belief that we have. So, what we believe matters. Generally, the things that we think and the beliefs that we had are an accumulation of our experiences and things that we were told when we were children, potentially things that we've learned. And I think a lot of people think that our beliefs are our beliefs, and that's just the way it is. However, our beliefs tend to be what we've been immersed in. And if you are not intentional about what beliefs you immerse yourself in, what thoughts that you think on the regular, you do not necessarily have a lot of control over the way things are in the future. So for example, you may have a belief that you're not good at art, but maybe you've never even tried. Maybe it was you were 7 years old and you loved drawing, and then someone made fun of your drawing, or your art teacher made a flippant comment about how you're not good at it. Or maybe you always dreamed of being a dancer and someone told you you were too tall, or you didn't have a dancer's body, so that was something that you wouldn't be able to do. If you took on that belief as truth, you likely didn't pursue a career as an artist or a dancer. If you rejected that belief and said, I can do whatever it is that I want to do, the thoughts that we think really truly translate to what our future is. And how does this apply? This applies to everyone. I am a firm believer that we create our own reality, and a big part of that happens through our beliefs. And becoming aware of the beliefs that we have that may serve us is important because we can continue with those beliefs, but really becoming aware of potential beliefs that may be holding us back from what we truly want is going to be one of the most powerful things that you ever do. So ask yourself, do I have beliefs that don't serve me? Are there certain beliefs that I hold on to that are holding me back from what it is that I desire? And so if you're on my channel because you found me because of lipedema, I just want to share a little bit about how my beliefs translated to me even discovering the lipedema, treating the lipedema, and then removing the lipedema. So we'll start with, I was at a Tony Robbins event in November of 2021, and it was incredible. It was an electric energy. I went with my husband, and it was all about kind of peeling back the layers of what we believe, as well as installing and investing in beliefs that are going to serve us to move forward. A big part of what Tony Robbins teaches is that we're just one decision away from a completely different life. And beliefs are a big part of that, because whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Your mind will find means and ways to reinforce whatever belief it is that you had. So at this Tony Robbins event, I had really been working tremendously on my mindset. I'd been working tremendously on my self-awareness, my ability to respond rather than react in situations. I had really honed in on the power of awareness, as well as the universal law of mirroring. And this is the idea that we mirror the people that are in front of us, the energy that is in front of us, but also that our outer world is simply a mirror of our inner world. And so it's really important to tap in and get intentional about what our inner world looks like. And so I'm at this Tony Robbins event, and I've walked on fire, and I've jumped up and down and listened to the most incredible transformational stories. I've heard about people and their limiting beliefs, transforming them into limitless beliefs. And we get to the part where we make a commitment to ourselves about something that we are deciding to change in that moment. That a year, 2, 5 years from now, we are not gonna be in the same place. And in that moment, I chose my health, wellness, and my physical being. I'd worked so much on my inner world. I knew that really focusing on my outer shell was just going to impact my inner world even further. And I didn't know how I was gonna transform my physical body. I just knew I was gonna get rid of the pain that I experienced. I was gonna learn how to sleep well and eat well, and really focus on my breath and my meditation practice, my mindfulness practice. And I just really truly made a decision in that moment, and I didn't know how anything was gonna unfold. Fast forward to November 2022. Well, it might have been even September, so not quite a year later. And I was experiencing quite a bit of pain with my legs, and I tried everything. Like, I've tried every diet out there previous to this. And I somehow came across lipedema. Well, I know exactly how I came across it. I actually Googled fat, painful legs. What could this be? And I'd never Googled anything like that. And my legs, I had gained like 30 pounds of fat just on my legs. Like, my trunk and my upper body was exactly the same. My legs had expanded beyond anything I could even imagine. And I came across lipedema. So I began to immerse myself in this information, understanding what was happening in my body was creating such a great awareness that I felt a new belief emerge. And that belief was, now that I know what the issue is, now that I know what triggers lipedema and this growth on my legs, I have the power to change it. And so then my mind, because of this new belief, before I think it was, my belief was just, I have sturdy column-like legs. My legs will always be big no matter what I do. Diets don't work for me. And so I transformed that belief to one of, there is a solution, and I can find relief from the inflammation and pain I'm experiencing in my legs. And then I began to find more and more information related to me being able to rectify this issue, this health problem that I had been living with for my entire life. And my mind and my focus went to all of the different things associated with supporting a lymphatic system, supporting your health while living with lipedema. So I have read numerous medical journals. One thing about the pandemic was a lot of these medical conferences were filmed so that people could participate from wherever in the world, and the easiest means for them to be able to participate and watch was through YouTube, because it's such a user-friendly platform. So I was able to watch all of these different researchers speaking about potential triggers associated with lipedema fat growth. I learned about the fact that an excess of estrogen will sometimes cause further lipedema growth, because what happens is the lipedema engulfs the extra estrogen because the lymphatic system just can't get rid of it fast enough. And then it encapsulates. And once it encapsulates that fat, the body no longer recognizes it as fat. And the body goes, wait a minute, where did that fat cell go? So then it, poof, creates another one, which is not typical of adults without lipedema, because we tend to have fat that either grows or shrinks in adulthood. The difference with women with lipedema is once that's encapsulated, the body no longer recognizes it as fat. And so new fat grows, and it tends to grow on your limbs. Most likely your lower limbs, but some women see it in their arms. So the trunks of the body, and this is to protect the organs. And so I learned more and more and more. And I had many, many symptoms of excess estrogen. I was moving through that perimenopausal spot in my life, and I knew that I needed some support with my hormones. And my doctor didn't know much about it. The truth is, with lipedema, even testing your hormones, because that estrogen gets encapsulated by that fat, it doesn't show up on any kind of screening. And so I thought back to, when did I feel best in my life? And this isn't typical for every woman with lipedema, but I felt best and balanced in my life while I was pregnant. Everything was easy for me. I could eat whatever I wanted. I had energy. I obviously ate well, because I've always been learning about nutrition in order to try and transform my body. And I was able to get a referral to a fertility clinic and see an OBGYN. And I spoke to him about my theory. And he was very, very supportive. And so he supported me in getting a low dose of progesterone. And this might not be for everyone, but it was really wonderful for me. And this, after about a month of taking this progesterone supplement, I experienced immense relief. And then I continued on my journey of discovery because of this new belief that I had about how I could really thrive in my 40s, how there are solutions for what it is that I'm experiencing. So I began wearing compression. I began researching self-MLD, so manual lymphatic drainage. I began learning about the lymphatic system and how it gets backed up when you're a woman living with lipedema. I learned about calf pumps. I learned about the correlation between leaky gut and leaky veins and lipedema. And so it really snowballed into this opportunity for me to continue on my health journey, moving towards this new belief that I had, that I can thrive. And fast forward, August 28th, 2023, I had lipedema removal surgery after I'd lost 30 pounds. So I'd lost 30 pounds. There was still excess fat on my legs, because lipedema fat you cannot lose, but you can shrink regular fat, and you can get rid of inflammation, and you can find lots of relief without having to resort to surgery. But I decided for me that this was something that I was going to do. And, there could have been a lot of things that could have prevented me from even going and getting this surgery. The belief that I had to pay out of pocket and I couldn't afford that. That was an old belief that I had. I had a scarcity mindset where if I didn't know exactly how I was going to earn the funds through trading time for money, I really limited myself in a lot of ways. But I had transformed that belief to the money will come. Money loves a job, so really having a purpose for your money is a really powerful practice. And tapping in to an openness that it can come in a variety of ways. My previous self, so maybe 5 years earlier, I planned everything out and I really focused on the fact that I had to earn dollar for dollar for whatever it was that I wanted or I desired. And I still earn money, but it doesn't have to be through me trading time for money. There's so many different ways: investing, saving, growing, expanding what you do, selling digital products, information. There's just so many different ways to earn money. I mean, people win the lottery, or oh my gosh, I actually saw this story about this woman who went to one of these. It was like, dig and keep whatever you find. And it was like, pay $15 and you can have the day here. She found a 6-carat diamond. I think it was like Arkansas or something, but don't quote me on that. This woman, like, the most random things are possible. We can find the most miraculous things when we have a belief that it's possible. Like, I mean, before I saw that, wouldn't think to go to a dirt field and just dig for things. But obviously this woman was like, oh my gosh, I could find treasure. And she went and she did. Oh my goodness. So know that a new belief can be all things are possible. Okay? This is one of the most powerful beliefs you can install as an investment in your future. All things are powerful. And as you navigate your way through your day, as you see things out there in the world, know that everything you see is proof that all things are possible. And so having this surgery and knowing that everything was going to work out for me was, well, knowing because of my new belief that everything always works out for me was one of the most incredible beliefs that I could have adopted for myself. And I went into this surgery with a belief that my surgeon was going to do her very best work. I went in with the belief that healing and recovery, while I knew it would be challenging, was going to go smoothly. I also went in with the belief that everyone I encountered was going to be looking out for my highest well-being. And all of these beliefs became my reality simply because I decided to transform my beliefs. I decided to release and let go of beliefs that no longer served me. And I decided in November of 2021 that I was going to thrive physically, not just mentally and emotionally, that physically I was going to thrive and live well. And so now my desire is to be able to share this information with all of you. My desire is to get information out there about health and wellness and lipedema and causes and things that we can do to prevent future lipedema growth, things that we can do to rid ourselves of it, and most importantly, the ways we can transform the things that we believe so that we transform our entire world. Really, truly tapping into that universal law of mirrors with a knowing that what we feel and what we believe and what we imagine for our future often will be what is reflected back to us in our physical reality. And hey, listen, I know that I'm a little woo-woo, and I know that if this is new information to you, you might be like, what the heck? Know that that's okay. It's okay to question what people tell you. In fact, I think it's important. And it's also a really cool thing to wonder, what is the worst that could happen if I begin to transform my beliefs into a more positive belief, affirming that all things are possible? What if I just said, screw it, I am going to believe that all things are possible? I challenge you, even if you're questioning what I'm saying, to commit to a year of truly allowing for space that all things are possible, and watch how your world transforms. So with this video, please, 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 in the comments, share any kind of stories that you have about decisions you made, beliefs you transformed, beliefs you downloaded into your subconscious to transform your outer world or to manifest what it is that you truly desired in your life, whether it's better health, whether it's a new home, whether it's love, whether it's a family. Share, 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 because the more we share our stories with one another, the more proof we provide of what is possible, because all things are possible. Just trust me on this. Borrow my belief for a bit if you're a skeptic. All things are possible. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there because I have given and shared over 22 minutes of my time, and I want to hear about the beliefs that you transformed that really had a tremendous impact on your life. Talk soon. Bye, guys.